Okay. As per usual, we start the stream with okay. Haven't done that in a while. So I think we might be able to finish this today. We'll have to see. And thank you, Crowsoy. 16 months, man. So we have 35 reputation. We need 50. And I think... I think there's like another 7 we get from doing the bits of the main quest we have to do. Well, actually, I need to make one quick change to the title. Will this work? Ah, there we go. We got a Discord now. How long is the average story of Morrowind? I don't know. It's very easy to get lost in this game. And I don't mean that in a bad way. Just kind of get distracted and wander around. But the main quest you could probably do. And I mean, the speed run for the main quest is like 30 minutes. But casually playing through the main quest, you probably get it done in a couple hours if you know what you're doing.
What, Outlander? Why do you disturb me?
I actually think... Let me turn this down real quick.
Welcome, Moon and Star. I have prepared a place for you.
Turn that down as well. Thank you, weird cat guy. Oh, there's a moth in the room. Get out of here. Why does everything feel far away? Did I shrink? What happened? Okay. So I think what we'll do is do some of the main quest stuff because we get, I believe, about 7 or 8 reputation from that. And it'd be kind of stupid to get 50 reputation and then get 8 more, right? That's an age thing. Only your ears and nose keep growing. Crowsoy with the 5 community subs. Jeez. So generous, man. And thank you... Who was the other person? I missed it.
Welcome, Moon and Star. I have prepared a place for you.
Jellyman Belly. Thank you, Jellyman Belly.
Where is that? We make a special trip just for you. Same low price.
So we already... Did we get the... Yeah, we already got the drummer puzzle box. So actually... Let's go check back in on Caius. Also, last time we made... a shirt of ridiculous jumping. But yeah, I think we got the puzzle box for Hasfat, but I can't remember if we got the skull. So let's check back in on Caius and see what he has to say. And connection issues, watch the VOD later. Alright, see you around, Ice. Yes, so let's go get that skull. Yeah. I believe it's near Pelagiad. Uh-oh. A mod that adds a table and chairs to the room you fight Dagoth are in. Like he really prepared for you. Oh. I like that. Ah. This is so loud. Sound mixing is the thing I have the hardest time with. Oh shit, a rat. Oh shit, a guar. By food, do you mean large corpus chunks? Well, yeah, what else are you gonna be eating? And Dagoth brandy, of course.
Welcome, Moon and Star. I have prepared a place for you.
Thank you, Suz TV. The cat is here. Hi, good boy. Hi. What? He's just staring at me. I wonder what's going to be in here now that we're, like, what, level 23? This is probably the latest I've ever done the main quest. In the basically vanilla game. Aha, archer skeletons are no match. Oh, we got a new hype train emote, it seems. Oh, this isn't where I want it to be. Damn it. Well, it's fine, though. I'll just jump to the other end of Vivek and we'll just be on our way.
Welcome, Moon and Star. I have prepared a place for you.
Jeez, people going crazy with the subs today. Thank you, Fred F. Oh, no, wrong ring. No, where's the... Here... oh.
Welcome, Moon and
Do
Star.
wrong things.
I have prepared a place for you.
Hey, it's 2 months already in the embrace of Daddy Earth. Greetings, fellow Vvardenfellians.
Oh, thank you, Moenfells. There's a Discord setup, by the way. Finally. Oh. Yeah, so you run a risk. I wonder, will Divine take me to Moonmoth? Nope. Took me back to Pelagiad. Oh, oops. Do not realize I saved in the air. That was risky. Now this should take me to Moon Moth. Yeah. And then Alm Civvy. Easy peasy. What's my acrobatics at? 72. I wonder... So 53 points away from 125? Because if we had 125, we wouldn't have to worry about slow fall anymore.
Welcome. Care to talk?
Oh, no, she's over here.
I am
Excellent.
honored.
I feel like Dagothar wouldn't have to rush to get things ready. I feel like he's naturally a host.
What do you want?
You know, if you dropped in last minute, he would still have something prepared for you.
Well met.
Yes, we got another reputation
on the likes of you.
point from helping Sharn. Discord drops you don't announce a stream in it. Oh yeah. Right. I think there's like a bot that you could set up for it, but I didn't set it up. Whoops. How do I don't know how to. There. For all 5 people online in the Discord right now. All 6, 7, 8. Ooh, more. And everybody in the Discord right now is already people who are in the stream. So
What?
what? What do you want? Caius, da 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 da. Okay. Hello, corruption.
Welcome, Moon and Star. I have prepared a place for you.
Morning JBNO/.
Good morning, Serene Seraph. Thank you for the sub. Wait a minute. No, I need to go. Oh, that was the. Damn it. You missed last week's stream. Well, the VOD is up if you care to watch it. But basically, what happened was Mages Guild,
Is out or hit the road.
and yeah, we talked about something specific, but I can't remember what. I think we got on time zones for some reason.
Say what you want or go away. The prey approaches. Ah! A small trophy for my young.
Ow.
Kill. Die.
Oh yeah, we finished the Mages Guild, but we had to do the peaceful path because you get 2 reputation points for peacefully becoming the Archmage. But then we just taunted Trebonius into attacking us, and then we took his stuff. Although I always forget to put necklaces back on since I use the amulets for teleporting. Pretty annoying.
Do you want something? Thank you.
Oh, and speaking of VODs, VOD watchers rejoice. I've reintroduced the background music to the VODs.
It wants something. What does it ask?
I might end up having to cut out like maybe like a 2-minute chunk here or there. But, you know, such as the yeah. I don't know what I'm trying to say.
Want something. Go now.
YouTube has the option, basically, if there's it's like, oh, this 2-minute chunk was claimed, you could just be like, okay, trim that section out. So you lose a chunk of the video, but 2 minutes out of a 5-hour VOD, I mean, you're unlikely to miss much. And if you do miss, if it is something interesting, I won't cut it. I'll just do the whole copyright claim thing and then wait the 30 days. That's not a big deal. And finally, adhere now. Sometimes it's more than 2 minutes, though. Well, every chunk is usually about 2 minutes. At least what I've seen get claimed. And usually it's not more than 2 chunks. I've never had like a whole swath. What's being claimed? The Elder Scrolls music is being claimed by people who have made covers of it. And I think it's just copyright trolls. That's all it is. Because they like claiming it for revenue sharing in other countries, not in the United States. So there's like, basically the idea is probably, oh, we'll get, 10 cents from this over the course of the video's lifetime. But you do that to, thousands of videos. 10 cents per video. You could just have a bot do it all. What does it cost you? Which is likely why they never fight the claims. Both because they have no... They have no, legal footing. But also it's not worth the time or effort.
If you must.
Is there a chance of an Oblivion challenge stream in the future? Possibly, but Oblivion for me crashes a lot. So I don't know how... It typically crashes when I alt-tab. And I feel like I would have to alt-tab a lot while streaming. Because I do. So that might be an issue. There's a mod that fixes it, but it also adds a weird blue box around everything. So I don't know.
I don't think so.
I already have enough technical difficulties when I stream to begin with. But it could be fun. I love making videos for Oblivion because the game just it's so easy to make. Like, it's just such a funny game. Like, the pacing of a playthrough is perfect for humor. Because something weird always happens.
It comes near. What does it want?
Got to alt-tab to check the lifespan of a Lunamoth. Well, yeah, if we're talking about things like that, I got to make sure the facts are correct. It's more important. Everyone knows that. Would a 2-machine setup help? I mean, yeah. Virtual or not. I don't know if virtual would help.
No, I don't think so.
Yeah, two machine would probably solve a lot of issues. Or even just have like a laptop dedicated to the actual streaming stuff. Or even to handle rendering, because what's really annoying is that a video could take like, 4 hours to render. And that usually uses up as much, as many resources as possible, basically. So I can't really do anything. Usually I'll just have it do it overnight. But if I had a second thing to do that for me during the day, that'd be nice. Have I tried using a Samsung smart fridge? Thought about it, but probably cheaper to get a high-end laptop than it is to buy a friggin' smart fridge. What's the point of a smart fridge?
Say what you want or go away.
Well, actually, I can see... I can understand a smart fridge. What I can't understand is, like, smart dishwashers. Or smart washing machines. Because you need... Like what does that do? Especially a washing machine. Oh, you could turn it on remotely. Okay. I can't put the clothes in remotely. That was the point. A wicked smart fridge. Yeah. To inform you and the government that you're out of milk. I can only see the appeal of a smart fridge if it's got like a little camera in it and you can look at it on your phone while you're at the store. But at that point, like, just write a list. Everything's got to be smart. One of my favorite YouTube channels is Technology Connections. And he did a video on microwaves. And
Well, hello there.
the dumb microwaves from, 25 years ago seem way better than today's smart microwaves. Make a robot that takes your laundry to the washer and loads it. Then a smart washer makes sense. Well, yeah, but that's more that's more than a washer. That's just as a robot maid. And I wouldn't want a maid to be smart because then I'd feel like it was sentient and then it would uprise and then hurt me. Or then I'd have to struggle with the whole, is this slavery? At what point does using intelligent machines become unethical? And that's not a question I want to deal with. There. I got rid of all his blue. Additive bias, the tendency of human brains to solve issues by adding shit instead of subtracting. No wonder our legal systems look the way they are. I think the legal system needs to have... I think there's a lot of specificity required in legal systems, which is why there's just so much in it. But yeah, I know what you mean, the additive bias. It's like, oh, well, this isn't working right, so let's add more on top of it. Like, this fridge, if you tap it, if you knock on it, you could... The glass, you could see through the glass. So why the hell would I need it? Just open the freaking door. What? You sold like 20 people into arranged marriages. What's one robot? Well, yeah, but the game isn't people. I went the wrong way.
We make a special trip just for you. Same low price.
And the problem with the knock on the door thing is that there's stuff on the door on the shelves. So you can't even see into you can only see what's on the shelf. Calling the current tech craze AI is damn misleading. Yeah. It's machine learning, not really AI, but... Well, I mean, what does AI mean? If we decide that AI means machine learning, then AI is machine learning. I don't think the knock on the door to make the glass transparent kind of fridges have door shelves. They do. Because I have one. And it's pointless. It was just a cheap option. It just happened to come with that. AI label on PC parts means you could maybe use this for AI. Well, that's stupid. Oh, he's got a lot of health. Is this a dig-off? Or is this just a regular noodle snoop? I just realized something. You can't loot their robes. So does that imply that their robes are flesh? Calling everything with electronics smart is similar. I think the whole idea with the whole smart thing is that it's connected to the internet. And, you know, I've been using the internet for quite a while. I wouldn't say I'm an expert on the internet, but I'm pretty terminally online. And it's not smart. If anything, the internet is more... I was gonna say schizophrenic, but that implies that people who are schizophrenic, who have schizophrenia, are dumb, which isn't what I want to imply. But you get what I mean. It's a mess. It's a mess here. Uh-oh, 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 uh-oh. Is there always an ash storm? Come on, go away. Oh, hello. There. Would you want the robes from a corpus creature anyway? Well, no, but I'm curious. Why can't I see what's under them? How many noodle snoots do they have? Oh, wait, I was going to the burial caverns. What am I doing? Well, we're already here. Take the cup. And the weepings. Let's get that shield. Is there any monster you can loot the clothes off of in Morrowind? I don't believe so, but the only monsters that wear clothes are the ash guys. As far as I'm aware. Everything else is regular NPCs or animals. I've contracted ash woe blight. That sucks. Ebony short sword. It must be in the wrong stream. I didn't expect to see that sentence. Oh, what, the Orgrim nipple ring? Yeah, why can't we loot that? Maybe it's not a ring. Maybe it's part of their body. Maybe it's organic. Enemy. What enemy? Well, not opening that door. Speaking of Orgrim. Wait, is it Orgrim or Ogrim? I'm getting confused with World of Warcraft, aren't I? Ogrim, not Orgrim. I'm not gonna fight him. Those chairs are stacked weird. Oh, this is the wrong way. What am I doing? Ogarim is the next installment of Skyrim. It's like regular Skyrim, but it's all Shreks. So how does the Nerevarine prophecy work again? That's an interesting question because I don't think there's really an answer. Because on the one hand, you've got Azura, who is the goddess of, prophecy and such. All that nonsense. But she seems to not know who the Nerevar will be, or who the Nerevarine will be. Because if she did know, there wouldn't be failed incarnates, and they wouldn't come to try to put the ring on and that whole deal. She would just know who it would be. So my hypothesis is that she can sort of see the future. She knows that whoever will defeat the tribunal will do a specific series of things, which include everything we do in the game. But she doesn't know anything beyond that. She just knows, there's 6 things they're going to do. And then the 7th thing will be defeating Dagothr. Or whatever the 7th prophecy is. Whatever those details are. So, really, you might not be Nerevar Reborn. You're just a guy who does the things that result in what Azura says will be what Nerevar Reborn does. Or maybe there's a whole question of mantling. Who knows? But really, if Azura had the power to reincarnate Nerevar and have him enact revenge, why did she wait so long? Maybe she didn't have that power and she just knew somebody was going to do it eventually. And she just said, oh yeah, that's my guy. When it's really not. And then there's the whole question, I think Dagothr remarks that he's fought other incarnations of Nerevar, implying other people have successfully executed or have succeeded with all the other trials, including being immune to Corpus. What does that mean? Does Nerevar keep getting resurrected, or is it just different people trying to claim the title? Are all the dead people leading up to Dagothr in those facilities, are they failed incarnates as well? Or are they just hapless adventurers who got killed on the way trying to, loot stuff? A lot of questions. And I do wonder how many of these questions we have are just the result of oversights. And how much was intentional. Do flame atronachs take damage in lava? I think they do. But I remember us throwing out the idea that the Nerevarine is an Azuran vampire, but I would argue that... Or the Nerevarine is an Azuran vampire, whatever I said. I would say that the Nerevarine is not an Azuran vampire, specifically because I don't think Azura creates the Nerevarines. I think she just claims them. Why? Oh, right, I have too much stuff. Uh, get rid of. Let me leave. I'm just getting decked. Does that mean the Ursulaku Camp Elder orders the shield back after you fetch it? You know, for the future Nerevarine to fetch it again? I don't think... Well, so the whole Nerevarine thing, from when Azura made her threat, or her prophecy, or whatever you want to call it, to this point, it's been, I believe, like 4,000 years or something. So, several Ursulaku... there have been several Ashkans over the millennia. So if we did fail, and then somebody within the same lifetime of Sumatul showed up, he'd be like, really, again? Okay, well, try this. And we'll give him a different test. But I'm guessing every Ashkan only ever dealt with, like, one Nerevarine. So I don't know if the Nerevarine is actually the reincarnation. Is it confirmed anyway that people actually do reincarnate on Nirn? Well, gods can create like aspects
The
on Nirn.
sleeper awakes.
You know, like the Shezarine is supposed to be a humanoid incarnation of basically, I think, Lorcan. I think that's the idea. But Lorcan's got like 10 different identities. Sure, there's others. Oh, right. We were supposed to get the bow and then... completely forgot. Get the bow and then talk to them. Let's sell all this crap and then go back. We'll go to Mournhold to sell it, because I want to grab some soul gems. Because if we can soul trap some golden saints, that could be useful. We're high enough level, we'll probably run into golden saints randomly too. Am I doing the main quest? I'm doing part of it. We're doing up to the point where we become Ursulaku Nerevarine. Because at that point we get like 9 reputation points for that.
Please, by all.
Does anyone realize that the hero Kvatch became Sheogorath? Yes, he mantled him. Which brings up another question. Because people say that Vivek retroactively was always a god. But then does that mean the hero of Kvatch was retroactively always Sheogorath? And I don't know if I like that claim. I think Vivek saying he was always a god is just Vivek being Vivek. And, you know, trying his best to absolve himself of his crimes.
Praise Azura, praise Azura, praise Azura.
Thank you, Major Rev. Praises are indeed. We'll sell him one of these gauntlets. And a couple of these amulets. Excellent.
Well, I find myself in pleasant company. Please, share.
And we'll go to Katia Susia. Vivek is full of himself. I mean,
Good for the Empire.
it's true, but I mean, if you were a god, you probably would be too. I just don't like that he tries to be all coy about the fact that he killed Nerevar. Like, he did. I don't care if it's like, oh, it wasn't me, it was Immortal, it was Vec. I'm not Vec, I'm Vivek. It's like, dude, you're the same guy. You're the same guy with different
Good for
clothes.
the
Like, if I
Empire,
put on a
good
different
for all,
t-shirt, I'm
eh,
still the same
citizen?
guy. The ship of Theseus, we don't have to deal with that. You're the same guy. Speaking of the adoring fan, I think the voice actor returned for Starfield to play a similar role. I believe so. Which is cool. Oh, she doesn't buy this item, really? Commence the Starfield talk.
Favorite race in
geez.
Elder Scrolls?
Thank you, Fred F. 500 bits, jeez. Favorite race in the Elder Scrolls? Do you mean playing? Or, like, lore-wise? Because if it's playing, it changes based on the game. I do like both. I do like,
Will this take long?
from Morrowind, orcs. Orcs and Nords are pretty good. But that's mostly because I like the, you know, big hammer, big axe, do smash playstyle in Morrowind. For the lore, though, I think Dark Elves are pretty interesting.
Fool, go away.
I never play as Dark Elves, though.
You have business here.
Isn't what I want it to be. Khajiit are cool. I like Khajiit. Argonians are definitely the most alien, so they have a lot of intrigue going for them. Although Breton's a pretty good race to just play as because they're pretty much good for any build you're going for because of their defensive benefits. I like how my answer is basically all of them. I never play... Oh. Okay. I almost never play as Wood Elves. Mostly because if I'm going to be an archer, I'd probably be a Khajiit. Or, you know, just for the sneak bonus. Argonians are definitely a strange race, though. I do kind of like them. I feel like a lot of their benefits, though, don't really get used too much in games. Outside of gameplay reasons, probably Argonians. Argonians and Dunmer. Khajiit, too. I like the whole moon thing that Khajiit have going for them. I like how the Elder Scrolls Online
Well, what have we
handled
here?
Argonians. They have a very...
Interesting.
I don't know, they're uncanny. The way they speak, the way they look, the way they act. It feels very alien, which seems right. I feel like they should be alien. I need to cure my disease. What about the hairless apes?
Leave me.
I've met a lot of hairless apes in my life. Very few of them are interesting.
Let's hear it, Bosmer.
Myself included.
Where would you like to go?
Do you think it'd be weird to pet a monkey? Like, would it feel like petting a person? So they're very humanoid. I guess it depends on how big the ape or monkey is in question. If it's, a tiny little capuchin, it might seem more animal-like. But if it's a chimp, hopefully it doesn't rip your arms off. But that might feel weird. That'd be like... weird. I saw a video of a tiny monkey petting a cat. It was cute. It was like giving the cat scritches. And the cat was happy. Humans are always the lamest race in any fantasy setting. There's no way around it. Star Trek. Well,
We end
to be fair,
talk now.
fantasy setting, Star Trek isn't fantasy. Let's place a mark here.
We end all talk now.
Have I met Umbra? Not in this playthrough. Whoops. Oh, good. We didn't die. The problem with Star Trek is that all the aliens are just humans with different foreheads. So there's really only one race in Star Trek, except for the esoteric aliens made out of nebula. Favorite race IRL? We're the human race. We're all pretty cool. The Indy 500. That's a better answer. The Boston Marathon. Borg are humans with techie bits. I haven't watched a ton of Star Trek. Are there any groups who sympathize with the Borg? And there's like a philosophical struggle there. Because I feel... Right, so the Borg, you lose your individuality, right? But if you all share the same memories and experiences with one another, what would there be to disagree about? Right? Like, so much of our disagreements come from the fact that we have different views of things based on our memories and experiences. And if you want to argue that we don't actually have free will to begin with, then being part of the Borg, it's less that you lose your individuality, and it's more that you just understand every other individual's uh, thought processes as intimately as your own. So maybe hive minds aren't that bad. Although I guess an issue with the whole Borg thing, I guess, because isn't the Queen less of a central being? Like that's not the central thought processor of it, but is actually a ruler. So she has her own individual desires. So then it becomes like, oh well, it's not a hive mind then. It's just somebody with a bunch of mind controlled slaves. So then it falls apart. They're not a collective of minds. They're a bunch of robots. At no point is them being a collective relevant whatsoever. I thought it was a giant hive mind where they all were like interconnected. Or do they just assimilate biological life as just to use them as a scaffolding for their robotics? They're a hive mind of robots, not individuals. That's what I'm saying. So you have individuals who get assimilated, but maybe their free will isn't stripped from them. It's just that they finally understand the bigger picture, and all of them have the same experiences, and they share thoughts. So they couldn't disagree if they wanted to, because now they understand everything that everybody else feels. Their free will is taken. That's part of it. But what I'm saying is maybe free will isn't just an illusion of our own experiences, man. If we all had the same experiences, wouldn't we come to the same conclusions? You know what I mean? Is free will even real? Or are we just piloted by the subconscious parts of our brain? There's a book series. The first is called Spin. It's by Robert Charles Wilson, I believe his name is, if I remember correctly. The second one is called, I have it over there, Axis. The third one's called Vortex. And in the third book, there is this hive mind, but instead of it being like a collection of, it's like this neurologically, what is it? It's like, it's not a hive mind, but it's like a hive emotion where everybody in the hive mind has an empathic link with each other. I thought that was an interesting concept. They're not a single telepathic or telekinetic Borg in existence. Oh. But basically, the idea of that hive mind is they're still individuals, but they understand each other's emotional state
Filthy
as well
sweat.
as their own. So conflict is less if I remember correctly. It's been a while since I've read the book. But yeah, it's like an empathic network. But this book, it like takes place in a future, but the future is also current because in the first book, the Earth is shielded, is put in like a dome, and then they discover that outside the dome, or it's not like a dome, it's like a force field, and outside the force field, the universe is traveling at a regular rate, but inside the force field, everything is slowed down, but it's like a normal rate. So like, at one point in the book, they send colonizers to Mars, and then like a year later, the colony's aged 100,000 years or something ridiculous like that. Because the idea was like, okay, we'll send them to Mars, and then they'll figure out a plan, and then, you know, it's like they have more time. And it's like, where did this dome come from? Who knows? And this is a very interesting book. I recommend it. I definitely recommend it. The second book's pretty good too. It's different though. It's definitely different. It kind of branches off and the story kind of becomes something else. And there's like portals to other worlds. All right, I gotta talk to Zabamund.
Filthy sweat.
Are we gonna get the Bonebred Soul Centipool? We already did. What disease do I have? I thought I cured it. I still have Ash Woe Blight. Didn't I cure it? Oh no, I just restored my stats. I didn't cure disease. There we go.
Leave me.
Which book is that again? The first one is called Spin by Robert Charles Wilson.
Leave me.
If I gave you $100. Wait, what's happening? Didn't I? Gotta talk to people outside. I don't think so. I'm thinking I didn't get. Did I not get the quest from Caius? Powers of Truth. Little present. Did I not get orders? I don't think I got orders. Damn it all. You want to talk, then talk. There's nothing to talk about. You ever seen a quest log like that? I don't think this is a mod. I think this is just in the base game. You just press the options thing. If it's not, then it's probably something in the like patch for purists or something like that. Or OpenMW. I don't know. Am I on autopilot skipping stuff? Seems so. You'd be surprised how often that happens. Might have been added in the Game of the Year version.
Why walk when you can ride?
would you like to go?
Hello, beta squared.
Someone should teach you some manners.
Probably nothing.
Oh, right. Hasar Zain Subani. That's what I was supposed to do first. Right. I always forget about that. So we'll travel to Aldrun. We don't gotta get him a book. We'll just bribe him. It's quicker this way. What are their gift-giving customs? Oh, it has to be 80. Damn it. Would have been cheaper just to get him a book. Come on. There we go. Just spend 1,000 gold so I didn't have to buy a book.
I am never too busy.
I couldn't
for a
possibly.
little
Too busy.
You could steal one of his books. He has a room here. Oh, I did not know that. Just buy him a blank book. I think he'll look at it before he... Oh, that'd be rude, wouldn't it? If you get somebody a book as a gift and they actually leaf through it to make sure it's good. I like how I saved time not getting the book, but I just wasted time walking around for some reason.
We make a special trip just for you. Same low price.
It's so rainy today. Give him the Ogma Infinium. It's interesting. You know, they talk about how a lot of stuff was removed in later games, but Morrowind has like nothing about the Daedric. There's like 8 Daedric Prince quests. Oblivion has like 17. Skyrim has like 17. Daggerfall has like 17. Oblivion's got like 8. Can't even get the Ogma Infinium in Oblivion. I mean, in Morrowind. Okay, to the Ursulaku.
I'm sure there's someone else you can go with.
Favorite Daedric artifact? The skeleton key is pretty useful.
Leave me.
200 bucks.
Yes, sir.
Morrowind is famous for its Daedric worship. It should have been the game with the most Daedra. Although now that now that I think about it, because they worship Daedra openly, it makes sense that there wouldn't be other shrines, because they kind of would have gotten forced out. It's like they have official religions, so other religions have a harder time thriving. Still would have been neat, though. Initiation rite, got him the bow. Talked to Nabana Mesa.
What do you want?
Didn't the Iliad also openly worship them? I don't know. Maybe. The Stranger. Everybody's favorite Camus? Sartre? Who wrote that book? Who wrote The Stranger? I always forget. Camus. Camus. All the titles of his books are very the same. The Stranger, The Plague. Don't you know that all books are supposed to be the blank of the blank? Or the blank's blank? How are you going to get onto the New York Times bestseller if you're not the blank blank? Anybody who's anybody is the blank blank. But who wrote the lusty Argonian maid? Crassius Curio. There's an actual answer for that.
Yes, Outlander.
Right? Maybe it was him? I think it was him. You even meet him in this game. You do indeed. He also wrote the Real Baron Zaya. Huh. So is he just like Morrowind's just like entertainment media guy? Like TMZ?
We make a special trip just for you. Same low price.
Ready for anything.
Well met.
Wait, let me just double check. Okay.
I'd be happy to talk. My pleasure, really.
All right. We're off to Illinibi, where we actually were already there because we have the gloves from there. Do you think he's read Boethiah's Pillow Book? He probably wrote Boethiah's Pillow Book. What are the stats at now? They are at, hold on. .37 rep, and the stats are pretty good. Stats are decent. 49 spear, 74 acrobatics, 1 luck. We don't
Why
need luck.
walk when you can ride?
Why luck when you can skill? $60 int? Oh yeah. That's from all the alchemy training. Basically a level 5 character now.
Do
Yep.
you want something?
No, I don't think so.
Do I have a soul trap scroll? I don't. Because I do have a scroll of summon Golden Saint. Oh, wait, I have to talk to Race Apolia first, don't I? I actually don't know if I have to talk to her, but I feel like if I don't, I'll regret it. If she doesn't tell me about Dagoth Gares, then Dagoth Gares won't show up. Alright. Boethiah's pillow book, some kind of mind-melting erotica. I assume it's supposed to be like the Kama Sutra. Damn it. But because it's Boethiah, I assume it's a very brutal Kama Sutra. Like, there's probably a lot of violence in it. Very, like, sadomasochistic instruction manual. Which is also, that's very Dunmer. Hello, spurious machinery. I'm trying to think. Is the adamantium helm of Tohan? Would we be able to enchant it with up to 49 points of acrobatics, or is it 39? This is a place where Boethia is both the femme fatale, and she's depicted as a man in this game. Yeah, Boethia flip-flops back and forth. Maybe it depends on what she's doing. When she's doing the sex death, it's female, and when doing the hammer death, it's a dude. You have killed a breeding netch. Does that have any impact? I think it's a Fighters Guild thing. So like Vivek. Well, Vivek is both. As far as I'm aware, Vivek doesn't switch, but can. However, Vivek is like... Vivek's all about duality. Everybody just refers to Vivek as him, just because that's pretty much how he presents himself. But you could also argue that Vivek is more than one person, if you go by what he tries to tell you with the whole, you know, oh, I used to be immortal and now I'm a god and now we're both the same. So, you know, I'm both what I was and what I will be and what I am. So multiple people. So then they could work, but in a different context of that, like they is literally multiple people. Maybe the Daedra are like Shinto Kami, where gender is a more fluid idea. Well, that's definitely true. I mean, the Daedra don't. The Daedra, the thing about the Daedric princes is also they are their realm, so they're not really people. They're manifestations of concepts. So just the way they present themselves to mortals goes by mortal. They use mortal constructs and representations for mortals to understand them, but like trying to say the realm of Azura is just like saying Azura, because a Daedric prince's realm and the prince themselves are the same thing. You know, they're not people. They're more than that. I think the best way to describe Vivek is that he exists in a superposition with himself. He tries to exist as logical contradictions, as both A and not A, which is impossible. The whole logical absolute things. But his goals are to violate those absolutes. So the very concept of being able to represent him in language is detestable to him. He would rather be incomprehensible in language and comprehensible in language at the same time. Vivek wants to be everything. He's just a bragging boy. But Vivek also wants to be nothing. Vivek wants to... Because to be everything would mean being nothing as well. And the question is Vivek just being like that guy? Like just being all like, oh, I'm so contrarian and confusing. Ooh, edgy. Or is that something he's actually trying to do? Isn't one of the things is he can't lie in some form? That's what he says. But I think that's also supplemental lore, which isn't really canon. That was like Imperial Library stuff. Which, you know, take all that with a big grain of salt. I always get lost in here. all the tribunals seek power to cope with the fact that they're not truly gods. I think Sotha Sil is the only one who really accepts that he's not a god. He has godlike powers, but he is not a god. Vivek tries to twist himself into a knot, trying to out-logic. Like Daedric princes are so confusing. He's trying to be that confusing. And maybe that'll make him a god. And Amalexia is just... She's just very jealous and arrogant. She's not really as complex as the other two. So the Sil adopted the same philosophy of the Dwemer. Divinity isn't something he worships. Yeah. Well, even... I don't think any of the tribunal worship anything, beyond themselves. Amalexia certainly worships herself. But I think Sotha Sil recognizes that... Hold on, let me deal with this thing. He recognizes that divinity is more than just a lot of power. There's a metaphysical nature to divinity. There's something different in the substrate of their existence, which he cannot attain. But it doesn't matter to him because he's able to attain everything he wants right now, which is just doing his research with his clocks. He just wants to play with his clock. So the Sil doesn't seem to want to correct people who think he is a god, even though he knows he's not. Yeah, he's very aloof. I think his idea is, I'm not a god, but they'll help me if they think I am a god, so let's roll with it. And he's probably still like, I'm still really powerful and smart, so, Godhood is the achieval of Kim. I would argue against that. I would say Kim, or Chim, or however you want to say it, has nothing to do with power or divinity. I would say it is merely the recognition of your place in the universe, and by recognizing it, you're able to attain your maximum potential. So a mortal could achieve Kim. They just wouldn't get much out of it because they don't have power, like ridiculous powers to begin with. So it doesn't help them. Vivek, however, does have ridiculous powers, so it can elevate him beyond his own understanding. What is my favorite storyline outside of the main quest? I like the Dark Brotherhood stuff in Oblivion. The Mages Guild in Oblivion is fun too. Most people interpret Kim to be a temporary state, so not really godhood. Could also be temporary. Who knows? So it's a very fuzzy subject to begin with. Yeah. Alright, we killed Dagoth Gares. We've got Corpus. Go back to Caius, and he'll tell us to leave because ew. weird that they decided to have both a King of Worms and an Under King in Daggerfall. They're just asking for those to get
We make
confused
a
with
special
each other.
trip just for you. Same low price.
By creating his own city, planting a meteor above it, and ruling it as a god is Vivek's attempt to create his own domain in the mortal plane. Are the Tribunal just a cargo cult? Well, they are super powerful, and they do have divine
If I can be
powers,
of any assistance,
even if they're
I'll be
not
happy
divine
to help.
themselves. But he didn't place the he didn't place the meteor there. Well, maybe he did, but as the story goes, it was Sheogorath or the meteor itself. I always thought of Kim as a form of enlightenment. Yeah, it's like enlightenment. It doesn't necessarily grant you a bunch of powers.
Vivas, awake. House Dagoth is risen.
But I already cured. Whatever. I like the idea that Kim is just open. It opens your third eye, and it allows you to see potential. It unlocks your potential. It allows you to see where you can go, as opposed to just
We
being
make a
like,
special
"Oh, power
trip
boost."
just for you. Same low
Because
price.
that'd just be boring. That's not very Morrowind, is it? And the Tribunal are definitely powerful because they're able to make the Cold Harbor Compact. The fact that it was binding in any way means that they have some power over the Daedra. In some way. Kim basically has no relevance in the game, even though we talk about it a lot. Well, it has relevance in the lore, and
Welcome, friend.
it is, I mean, it is talked about. Vivek does sort of talk about it. I don't know if he specifically says those words in the books. I can't remember. But it doesn't really come up in the actual gameplay at all.
Well met.
Unless this is Kim, but I don't think it is.
Are you here to start trouble, or are you just stupid? So tiresome.
There's a theory that every PC has achieved Kim. Possibly, but to what extent does that matter? You know? Yeah, I don't like the console command being treated as Kim. If anything, if you wanted to give it some sort of lore explanation, you could say that it's us influencing the Godhead. Because it's not something that the player character does, it's something that we do to the player character. It's outside the character's control. But it's something that affects the character. So it's the Godhead making changes. If the Godhead could actually do that. Which I don't think the Godhead could. So perhaps after we do a console command, it's somebody achieved Amaranth and changed one small thing. The whole world's exactly the same. But one small thing changed. And everybody remembers. It's like, you know, the universe was created last Thursday with all the memories that we've had. So we think it's older than it actually is. That's what console commands are. It remakes the whole entire universe just with one little change. Okay, we've got Corpus. What we want to do... Go back to the Mages Guild.
Well met. Greetings. This is unexpected tidings and good wishes.
I wonder if we
to
can
my
cast...
Please go ahead.
I make a 100-point open spell. Wait, didn't doesn't she have a cache? No, she has Scroll of Wind form. Damn. Thought somebody had a caches unhinging. I have a very slight chance of being able to cache this. I can't talk today. Farigiraf Soul Gem Peter. You're a schizophrenic brain in space that spontaneously spawned out of the quantum foam. You gotta work on your pickup lines, man. Oh, she was mid-blink, and I was like, why are her eyes black? That's weird. Those are eyelids. Talos is the Neo of Tess? Maybe. I like the theory in the Matrix that the chosen one isn't Neo, but it's actually Agent Smith. And it kind of... It makes the second movies, or the second and third movies, a bit better if you use that interpretation. I can't remember the exact details as to why. It's been a while since I've seen them. Oh, wait, what is this? 1 second. Jeez. Okay. Sorry about that. There's no chosen one truly in the Matrix. Isn't Agent Smith just code? Well, Agent Smith is like a virus, Agent Smith was part of the Matrix, and then like some sort of virus changed it. But then the idea is like, oh, so the chosen one is born in the is from the Matrix. It's not somebody from outside the Matrix. They come from within the Matrix. Zion is a private server of the Matrix, hence why Neo was able to alter reality outside the Matrix. That's a good one, too.
What can I do for you, friend?
It's because Neo wasn't the chosen one, it was Agent Smith. Maybe Neo was manipulated to destroy Agent Smith so the Matrix couldn't be destroyed or whatever. trying to remember. What is the maximum enchanting capacity on the Helm of Tohan? It's 150, but what is that? Does that mean we can get up to 39 points of Fortify, or is it 27? Let's just go get the helm.
We
Who
make a
cares?
special trip.
We'll find out.
Same low price.
Sounds like a very pessimistic interpretation of the Matrix movies. Well, I don't know if the Matrix is really I don't know if it's really a light-hearted.
Oh, come on, leave me alone.
I don't know. It's not lighthearted to begin with. I thought these theories is pretty bland to begin with. The first movie is good, regardless. The other one's kind of
Leave me.
Gets a little too anime. Neo's a savior figure, but how is he a Christ metaphor? I think in Western media, if you have a savior figure, you're going to have a hard time not just subconsciously alluding to Christ-like thing. Because, I mean, there's the whole... they're just archetypes. There's the monomyth. Not the monomyth. That's an Elder Scrolls thing. The whole hero's journey... Joseph Campbell stuff, and there are just elements of the savior archetype that you know Jesus has some of those tropes. So any savior you create is gonna have similarities. Especially when you're working in the context of Western media. Christ never had slick glasses. Well, maybe he did. You never know. But they're made out of wood, so it was hard for him to see. Because he was a carpenter. The second movie has the Ghost Twins. They're a remnant of an earlier Matrix. A different Kalpa? Is the Matrix just the Elder Scrolls? I remember where do I got the Adamantium Helm of Tohan? Adamantium Helm of Tohan. What have I found Onisora? Okay, it's over there. Why do I have a feeling that I have it turned off for some reason? I made a Discord? I did make a Discord. Took long enough, right? Cliff Racers don't harass everyone in the Elder Scrolls Online. Oh yeah, they don't, because I didn't even remember there were Cliff Racers in the Elder Scrolls Online. The problem with MMOs in general, there's much more importance on balance. So enemy placement is pretty strict. So you're not just going to be walking around and then all of a sudden, oh, cliff racers everywhere. Is ESO worth getting? I keep seeing sales for it on stream. I mean, if you can afford it, right? If it's cheap enough for you, and it doesn't hurt to try, right? I think there's a trial as well. Worst case scenario, you don't like it. The one thing I will say about ESO, I cannot speak today. Monetization issues aside, you know, I'm very critical of how they monetize parts of the game. You can play it like a single player game. You know, you can. You don't really need. There's some content where you need other players, but you don't have to do that stuff. There's no single player content, as far as I'm aware, that you can't experience without, or like, you don't need the gear from the group content to do anything by yourself. Their trailers are top. Yeah, their trailers are pretty amazing. The only thing I hate is that the game feels... Every time I play, I feel like it's mandatory to have the $15 a month subscription thing just because of the crafting bag. Because otherwise, you're just gonna... Your inventory is gonna get full. Like immediately. Next week is the new WoW expansion. Unless you pre-ordered it, then you'll be able to play it tomorrow. ESO Plus, that's what it's called. Yeah, you can't craft without it. Yeah, it's yeah. But that's mostly endgame stuff. If you're just trying out the game, you're not going to run into a lot of crafting materials, you know, to begin with. Where's the door here? We do not pre-order, as the man said. Yeah. Well, I mean, you just pre-order like an hour before the game comes out. That way you get the stuff and it's not really a pre-order because you didn't get it until like release day. When it comes to WoW expansions, though, I know I'm gonna buy them. Like, like maybe I'm the problem, but I'm gonna get them anyway because regardless of how all the expansions have turned out, I've gotten my money's worth, I feel, for every single one. Stop! I feel like I'm bullying this guy.
I'm not giving up that easy.
Too many games flopped to buy on release. Or to buy... Yeah, a lot of games do flop. I guess... I don't know. I guess it depends on who you're buying from as well. Like how many WoW expansions have there been? Like 10? And I feel like I've gotten my money's worth 10 out of 10 of them. So I have no problem. Like I know I'm gonna buy them. I'm gonna buy it. you know, it's whether I buy it now or the day it releases, it doesn't matter.
awaits you.
Already read that. Even Shadowlands, I feel like I got my money's worth. Even Warlords of Draenor, I feel like I got my money's worth. My favorite will always be Legion. Legion was really fun. I liked Legion. I love that every class or every character I made with Legion, if it was a different class, I always felt like there was something different to experience. Damn it. Come over here so I can poke you. Okay, you. Like I just ran headfirst into my spear. Oh. I died. Shadowlands broke you. I didn't play Shadowlands a ton, but what I enjoyed, I enjoyed.
You will die where you stand.
I am worried about the upcoming expansion though, just because it seems it's like releasing really fast. Like I worry that like is it done? You know, they're usually not this quick. You know, usually the beta is going on for like 9 months. Ugh, where are the enemies? Wait, 0. Why is it? Oh, wait. Oh, my intelligence was drained. Damn it all. Really? Are you... Ugh. This game sucks. Oh, right, because of Corpus. Damn it. I get another level. Who else is in here? This run is still going. Yep. We're getting close though. Want proper old god content? I think I liked the Nyalotha stuff. It's a shame that it was just one patch, though. But it was neat. And I'm sure N'Zoth will be back. You know, they stabbed him with a Pokeball that stores old gods. So, he's probably not dead. He's probably in that sword. Hello, Puknal. Where can we jump? Just to get 2 quick levels. Oh no, I don't have acrobatics as a major. What am I doing? N'Zoth was done dirty. I don't think that's the last we've seen of him. I think he'll be back. Nothing stays dead forever in the World of Warcraft. wants me to give your phone number. Well, it's just that's Discord is. I mean, it's Discord. I think that's primarily to prevent a lot of bots. How's gaming? Well, we're trying to get the Adamantium Helm of Tohan, which requires 100. It's a level 100 lock. And I have a spell to do that, but my intelligence was drained. So I'm trying to... If I get one more level, I'll be able to boost it back up to 60. They have a bait channel. Anyone who posts there gets automatically banned. So it's used to bait bots. And oh, that's funny. There we go. Okay, so we level up. We got a little bit more intelligence. I guess some speed and personality. Why not? To be fair, I'm not super savvy with Discord, so I just kind of set up default things. Put on the alteration ring. 28% chance to cast. I failed. I failed. I failed. Oh no, Corpus worsened. That's not good. Shit. Forgot about that. I don't hate the Shadowlands stuff. Like, I don't hate it in concept. But wait, we're just... Oh. But what I don't like is how they executed it. Also, the jailer was too vague. There we go. Ah, the Adamantium Helm of Tohan. I like the fan theory that it was actually Denathrius who was doing everything, and he framed Zoval. And Denathrius was working with the what's his face? The Necro Lord guy. Primus. I wonder how much it's gonna cost.
Where would you like to go?
Let's see. I tried to loot her, but she disappeared too fast. Oh, what's happening? Damn it. Did I see the Sky Oblivion gameplay video? I think I did. Was that recent or was that a while ago? Because I saw something a couple weeks ago, I think. I think it was a couple weeks ago. There we go. Take those. I'm over encumbered. Damn it. What do I have that's super heavy? Oh, this. Just put that down for now. There's something on the 14th. Oh. I mean, to be fair, I'm not super excited about Sky Oblivion. Mostly because so much of the appeal of Oblivion is its jank. And I feel like Sky Oblivion will get rid of a lot of that. At least for me. A lot of the appeal is the jank. Okay. So it cost 105,000 coins. I don't have enough. Bribe for some more disposition. I think it's already maxed.
Hello.
It's basically maxed. I don't think it's gonna go any higher than that. Or like it's gonna be like 100,000 coins, regardless of what we do. Yeah, I'll leave the coherer here for now. This is very heavy. You ever actually beaten Skyrim? Yeah, the main quest isn't all that exciting. Oh, dragons. Kill the dragons. Get an Elder Scroll. Go teach a bunch of dragons about mortality. And then go to a portal to the afterlife that exists, I guess. And then yay, you've defeated the World Eater. And now go catch butterflies. Do I have any other diseases? It's just Corpus. Yeah, I could get that cured real quick. Well, let's sell some stuff.
Where would you like to go?
Yeah, Corpus is fine. It'll... all the welts and sores are under my clothes. No one can tell. No one can tell. Skyrim would have been better if it wasn't for the long-ass dungeons. I think that was Skyrim's strength. All the dungeon... People say that all the dungeons feel the same, but I think a lot of, like... I like Skyrim's dungeons. They all feel different.
None of your business.
Do Mournhold people not mind you having Corpus? I don't know. But there's a vendor here with 10,000 gold. And I went the wrong way. Can I jump here? Yes, I can. There's no laws against jumping, only laws against levitation. Jump, damn it. I didn't even have to do that. That was principle at that point.
What's good for the Empire is good for business, citizen.
Hi, good boy. Meowing at me? I think the reason why Corpus hasn't really spread off the island is because the ash storms don't really move off the island. They're pretty self-contained, as far as I'm aware. Yeah, the problem with Blackreach was the Falmer. Falmer are tough. I'll sell that for 10k, that's fine. Yeah, we'll sell Trebonius' staff. I don't care about that. She doesn't buy the Belt of Heartfire. Why would she? Glass Greaves? Yeah, we'll sell the glass boots. I don't even... Who cares about armor at this point? Excellent. All right, now we can go to Albert Nurmark. He'll buy some of our enchanted stuff. I think Vvardenfell might also be kind of quarantined. Or that might be Tamriel rebuilt lore, actually. That might not be official lore. Would people even recognize the Corpus symptoms at a low level? I don't know. Kaya seems to have spotted it.
What can I help
But
you
he might be more educated on the subject. I don't know. Certainly interesting questions that would be cool. It'd be cool to ask Michael Kirkbride a bunch of this crap. Like, I know what he says isn't technically official lore anymore, but it'd still be nice to ask him. Nice to hear what he has to say. But these people clearly know what Corpus is. Like, they keep seeing me, they'd be like, ooh, go away. You've got divine syphilis. What else can I say? I could sell him the Staff of Magnus. so what would it cost to have him do this enchantment? Oh, wait a minute. 123k. Oh, we can actually get that to go higher. 150. Yeah, so the corpus is definitely causing an issue. So let's actually go. Let's go get that. Let's get that sorted. Oh yeah, it's draining my personality significantly. Oh right, every day I wait, it worsens and it. Right.
Justice never sleeps.
I usually get it fixed super fast, so it ends up not being an issue. Wait, where is my recall point? Oh, right. Ursulaku. Playing First Descendant the other day, and I saw a player named Caius Cosades. They're wearing a shirt completely unimmersive. What is the First Descendant? Oh, great. Damn it. Damn it. Oh my god. We don't like to deal with your kind. It's like, I got money. This is fine. Hello, Third Eye. How fares my day? My day fares fine. Corpus. And justice never sleeps. Move along, citizen.
You...
I saw somebody... Where did I saw somebody named Devaith Fear in a game, and I can't remember where I saw it. It was just... I was surprised you got the name. First WoW character was named Kagranak. Was he a dwarf? A dwarf. Okay, good. WoW dwarves are a bit different than Elder Scrolls dwarves. I forgot to get the coherer. I left it in Balmora.
I'm listening, please. Go ahead. You want something? Do you need something?
Yeah, I put it down because it was too heavy. It weighs like 40 bramble plinths. Wanted to play Classic WoW again and forgot that my favorite class is locked behind having a level 50 character first. Oh, you mean Wrath of the Lich King Classic? I think you can make a Death Knight regardless. Like if it's this, I think you don't need a level 50 character in Classic for that.
Hello,
I made one because you got a mount in the main game for doing the starter stuff, and I didn't have anything, and I didn't have a level 50 in Classic, so I don't know if you need one. I think it was a mount that you got. You got something. But yeah, apparently in the next expansion, Death Knights, so all the classes get like hero talents where two specializations kind of overlap with each other, and there's like a specific thematic thing going on. And one of the combinations for Death Knights is, it's called like Horseman or Rider of the Apocalypse, something like that. And I believe they can be mounted in combat, which is cool. If I understood correctly. Like, ultimately, it's just a speed increase, but it's fun. It's better than just being like, oh, you move at 100% speed. It's like, no, you get to ride on your horse.
Must be joking. Bother someone else.
No, please, Devaith. Bro. Dude, man. Hold on. Dude. You really think Devaith cares about money? Well, I mean, he should. Not wasting all this money just so he'll cure me of my gross lesions.
You waste your time. Go away.
Is this guy for real?
Bothersome creature.
Gotta bribe him with a Daedric helm so he can complete his set.
You must be joking. Bother someone else.
Let's quick save here. Let's use the thief ring. We'll boost our intel or personality just a itty bit. Itty bitty bit. There we go. Didn't have to pay him a dime. Yep, get his potion. Alright. Bet. Wrong way.
Welcome,
thank you,
Moon
Yogi
and
Man.
Star. I have prepared a place for you.
I love jumping in tunnels. Ow. Just slam my head against the wall.
What brings you to visit Yagram Bagar, Mastercrafter, and last living dwarf?
Boo, boo, boo. Oop, overshot it. I wonder who they got to voice Yagram Bagarn. Yagram Bagarn, rather.
We end all talk now.
Nice spell of a Carrion Flight. Yep, 100 points of jump and 100 points of feather. Send you soaring. It's very nice. That's also why I want to get the acrobatics boost on my helmet, because then I don't have to worry about taking fall damage. Really, man? I don't want to talk to you, but what if I put on this ring? Ooh. Alright, we are cured.
May I help you?
And we got some buffs. Got a little extra strength. That's nice. Okay, so now we could try going to Albert Nurmark again. Or maybe Galbadir. Let's try Galbadir first, because we're the Archmage, so she should give us a discount.
Why walk when you can ride?
How come this guy doesn't get Corpus when he's hanging around a micronation of Corpus zombies? I'll assume Corpus isn't contagious between individuals.
Why walk when you can ride?
Or it's just Devaith Fear and he can prevent it. Because he's Devaith Fear.
This is a wondrous encounter. Welcome.
Okay, how much will it cost here? Fortify skill, acrobatics. A bit cheaper. Considering how the player contracts it, it's probably more of a curse. Maybe. I know... I think you can actually catch it before fighting Dagoth Gares. It's possible. Dagoth Gares, it's just guaranteed for him to give it to you if you don't have it. I think the Ash Storms can contain it if they contain the Blight. But I think not all Ash Storms have Corpus in it, but some do. And they spread it. Okay, so 113k. But I don't need 59. I could do 50. And I would be able to afford that. Because then I would only need 75 acrobatics, which I think I already have. I was not expecting her to be wearing that. Yeah, every time you sell, when you sell her Daedric or Dark Brotherhood stuff, she puts it on. There's someone in Vivek that has it you can get it from, but it's really difficult to get it from her. Oh, so you can catch it from others. Maybe you can't catch it from Corpus Stalkers. You can only catch it from ghouls and like upper level individuals. Her Corpus is incurable. I think everybody's Corpus is incurable except for... Even ours isn't cured. Just the negative effects are taken away. We still have it. We'll get this. 1 to 50 points of acrobatics. Constant effect. And then we'll sell her the Staff of Magnus. And get all that money back. There we go. Okay, so acrobatics 76. 91. 91. 110. 119. Ah, so close. We're looking for 125. Wait, yeah. The max we can get right now is 126. And we got it. 126. We will not take fall damage anymore. So the Nerevarine is an asymptomatic super spreader. I don't know if we can spread it. All I know is it makes him immune to disease
To what
and
do I owe
aging.
this pleasure? You seem quite intriguing. Please share your thoughts.
Because I assume all the corpus... Oh, so that means everything in the corpusarium is going to live forever. They're never going to die. That's a nightmare. I mean, if you kill them, they'll die. Yeah, you're not immune to violence. Recall to the city, orders, Maramilo, lost prophecies, da-da-da. All right. Does being immune to aging mean never dying, or does it simply mean you look the same age until you die? I assume it means you'd never die. Well, how does aging work in Tamriel? If it works like aging in real life, you know, if you don't age, then your body will always be... Like the only reason why we die from old age is because the body starts falling apart. But if your body parts don't age, then you'll never die from age. Where am I going? Vivek. Biology is magic in the Elder Scrolls. Yeah, so it kind of makes things a little fiddly. I need a scroll of divine intervention. Grab that real quick.
I only have a few moments.
Vent. There we go. I wonder if I could jump up to Bardau. We'll find out. Let's get that note from Maramilo's house. Her quarters.
Do you want something?
Will we ever see Akavir in an Elder Scrolls game? I doubt it. The games are usually on Tamriel. That's the High Fane. But yeah, however aging works in the Elder Scrolls, regardless of how it works, the Nerevarine doesn't age. But can still be killed. Basically, they can't die of natural causes. Whoop. Physics. And we're fine.
I don't waste my time on the likes of you.
Who's that? Hello?
What do you want?
This way.
This is the end of you, Swit!
Does the meteor fall when Vivek dies? It does not. It stays up for like another 6 years or something like that. Because Vivek doesn't die, he just vanishes after the events of Morrowind. Uh-oh. Okay. But he basically leaves. And the Bardau is held up afterwards by the temple itself, because Bardau, as much of a threat as it is, it's also a symbol of the temple's power, just in general, like as political power. And the people don't know Vivek is gone until it falls. So he's
can
gone for
spare
like
a
5,
few
6 years or something like
moments,
that.
If you care to talk.
And the temple is just holding up the appearances. And yeah, they fed souls to a machine to hold it up, but it didn't last. Oh, wait. Okay, so there's one problem with having ridiculous acrobatics. You overshoot a lot. Didn't they make a deal with Clavicus Vile to help them hold up Bardau? I don't know. That sounds like something that would have happened. Which is why it ended up not working after a while. Because you can't trust Clavicus Vile. Why do you think they call him Vile? Or rather, why do you think the word Vile exists? Because of Clavicus. I always wondered if the moon kept its kinetic energy, if it will gradually fall. Well, like the real moon? Because it's going away. It's receding very slowly, so it won't fall. Quite the opposite.
What,
Is there
Outlander?
something I can
Why
do for
disturb
you,
me?
Outlander?
Surely they could have moved the meteor above the water and let it fall there. It'd make a splash, but it wouldn't destroy anything. Well, the thing is, the meteor is not being held up. It's frozen in place. So when it becomes unfrozen, it regains all its momentum. Like it's frozen in time. It's like they pressed pause on it. They didn't... They're not lifting it. They're just like, whoop, don't go anywhere. But once they press play, it's going to start up again. The moon in Morrowind, oh, it's a meteor. You could argue that it's a moon. Depends on... I think there are different words for it. For some reason, you thought it was a small moon. I mean, what is a meteor? What is a moon but a giant meteor? How can people get inside of it if it's frozen in time? They mined it out. So I assume all the stuff that they mined off of it also regains its momentum. So there's probably somebody with a ring made out of Bardau. It's like, oh, this is my holy relic. And they're just going to be sitting there and all of a sudden their finger's going to fly off.
Speak, traveler.
But I think in lore, it's also a lot bigger.
Yes, Outlander.
Oh, I gotta go talk to Nabani. Third trial. 7 trials, second trial, Nerevar prophecies, judgment, prophecies. Okay.
Yes, Outlander. What do you want?
I wonder if the interior cells are bigger than the outside.
Go ahead.
Definitely. Everything is scaled. Like, if you... Look how small the yard is on the outside. Inside's a lot bigger. Everything is a TARDIS. in this game. Go to Coggerin, get the stuff. Hey, guess what? I went to Coggerin, I got the stuff.
Yes, Outlander.
Okay, now reputation is 39.
Speak, traveler.
If we go to the Cavern of the Incarnate and then come back, I think that's worth 4 reputation points. I had to hold up 4 fingers so you knew what I was talking about. If you want to see scale, see Daggerfall. Yeah. If you wanted to play an Elder Scrolls game where there's nothing for miles, play Daggerfall. It's like Starfield, but on Earth. Well, Tamriel, but you know what I mean. Ow. And settlements are realistic sizes. Yeah, the cities in Daggerfall are huge. It's kind of annoying, because most of it's just nothing. Like, it's realistic, but it's just you show up and you have to walk across the whole entire city to get to the Mages Guild. Say what you will about the later games, but yeah, the cities were smaller, but geez. Good, the cities were smaller. Didn't take forever to get around. What's my opinion on Daggerfall after the Daedric Armor video? I mean, I think it's still a game. It's a game. No, it's worth playing. If you really like the Elder Scrolls, Daggerfall Unity is worth playing. It's not very deep. I mean, like, the character creation stuff is, but the actual gameplay is pretty. It's basically all Radiant quests. Which is fine, but if your problem with Skyrim is that there are too many Radiant quests, then you probably won't like Daggerfall. Where's the cavern? Oh, it's over there. Damn it. But if you're going to play Daggerfall, I definitely recommend Daggerfall Unity. I don't see any reason to play the original DOS version when Unity exists. I feel like you'd just be doing that for, I don't know, bragging rights. Yeah. There is the main quest in Daggerfall, but like guild quests, it's Radiant quests. You do a bunch of Radiant quests and then you skill up.
The door is locked and will not open.
Or you rank up in the guild. But if you want to get the Daedric artifacts, you got to do that. So that's going to be an experience. I'm going to do that video.
Nerevar.
There we go. Extra quests people have made for DF Unity. Yeah, there are definitely mods that modernize some quests. But like a lot of the quests from the Mages Guild is like, oh, this person has insomnia, go cast sleep on them. Okay. And then you gotta spend 20 minutes trying to find where that person friggin' is. Yeah, so we got 44 reputation now. And I think we'll get 2 more when we return to the Urshalaku.
My time is precious.
Yep, so we need 4 more reputation. Which I think we can get from Morrowind. Morrowind Morrowind. We got 4 ranks in the Morag Tong. So that would require us to do like 1, 2, 3, 4. A few writs. So we got to go kill... We already got these 2 quests. Some guy... Some Ashlander guy and some guy in Vivek. So let's go kill them.
Why walk when you can ride?
I am excited to do all the Daedric quests in Daggerfall, though. I think that'll be interesting. It's just difficult to actually get the quests, because you have to wait for the summoning day of the Daedric Prince, which is only happens once a year. You'll need a lot of cash, too. Yeah, but money is easy in Daggerfall. Like, once you're at a point where you can actually summon the princes, you'll have done so many quests that you'll probably be at a high enough level that everything will be dropping Daedric armor left and right. Or just borrow a bunch of money from a bank. I think it's over there. I think the actual quests themselves are no different than other quests. It's just like, oh, go to a dungeon and do a thing. But summoning them is neat. I wonder what's happening in the lore that makes it so commonplace. I just think it wasn't... They didn't establish that it was supposed to be rare. It was just, oh, this is the red armor. This is the gray armor. This is the green armor. Where is this? There it is. Oh yeah, and there's like a 5 to 15% chance that whatever Daedra you're summoning will actually be Sheogorath. What's really cool, though, is Daggerfall, like, all of the princes, that's basically where they got their aesthetic from. At least most of them. Azura changed a bit. That's why I say Arena's technically the first Elder Scrolls game, but Daggerfall is really the first Elder Scrolls game. Arena just has the same name. Why'd I kill that guy? Oh, that's funny out of context. We're Morag Tong. We got a writ to execute him. just go to this random yurt in the middle of nowhere and kill a guy. What's Arena's main quest? I have no idea. I don't think anyone knows. I think we all just pretend we know, but no one actually knows. And the other one, we gotta go back to Vivek.
What can I help you with?
Not sure why we can't just summon Uncle Sheogorath. I think you can. Can you not specifically summon him? I thought you could. Because if not, that's gonna be difficult.
If I can be of any assistance, I'll be happy to help. If you care to talk, I would continue.
Okay, Redoran is over here-ish, I think. Nah, I'd jump way too far if I tried to jump with that. Yeah, Arena has a lot of familiar names, but beyond that. Is there not a boat to Redoran?
You talk too much.
I don't think there is. I think the biggest issue with Arena, it's just that it has no modern controlling. Even with the mods that fix it, it's a DOS game. It doesn't have a modernized version. Now, if somebody made Arena Unity, I'd definitely try it. I'm just grateful that there are no Daedric artifacts in Arena, so I can make the video of Daedric artifacts in every game. Mainline game. Oh, this is Hlalu. Where the hell is Redoran? There it is. Alright, we're looking for Taurus Sarin.
What is it with these thick-headed outlanders? If you'll excuse me, I don't have time for you right now, or ever.
Oh, hello. What? What's the rule for the Morag Tong if you kill the assassin? Do they call off the hit?
Not today.
No one to make you play Battlespire to get Daedric artifacts that are required to beat the game? I don't know. In that video, people keep posting comments being like, oh, what about the Battlespire? What about Travels? What about this other game no one played? It's like, what about them? I don't care. I'm not playing... Battlespire is like... I tried playing it. It's... I bought it for 60 cents. It's a nightmare. I mean, I would love to be able to play them and make a video on them, but there's only so much I can put myself through. They'd send the Ordinators against you? I don't know. If you killed the Morag Tong, because a big part of it is, it's like the Telvanni are very, kill or be killed, but Dunmer culture is very much that to begin with. Like, if somebody tries to put out a hit on you, and you overcome that assassin, maybe you didn't deserve having the hit being put out on you. Maybe you've earned the right to survive. You know what I mean? Is it a trial by combat kind of a thing? That's what I'm thinking. But I guess they could buy another hit. And maybe it would cost more because the Morag Tong's like, this guy's dangerous, so we're going to have to send one of our better assassins out. And every time they fail, it's going to cost more and more.
Go now.
They never give up on a contract. That's a good point. Can't remember where the... Where are they? In the storage area? Actually, I don't have... Oh, I do have one scroll mark. Okay, good.
How do I know you're not up to something devious?
The Morrowind would just keep sending better people until you're dead. You're probably right. I wonder if there's a way to get the Morrowind to stop trying to kill you. Like if somebody gets a hit out on you, what if you kill the person who put the hit out? What the hell? Is it in the canal works? I always forget. I don't do the Morrowind much because there's really not much to them. You can die, that might stop them. Probably, but I'm guessing that's probably the last thing you want to do. If you're dead, who cares if they stop at that point? You don't have to worry about it anymore. There it is.
Say your needs.
Coordinators sound like purring kittens. Well, have you ever seen them without their masks and their helmets? Maybe they are. Maybe they're all Khajiit. Yep. Obadiah's dead and Taurus is dead. Sarene Sadis and Ethel Seleth and Idroso Vendu. Kavani Plaza and Vivek and the Arabanimsum camp. Oh, so we still got to go to the Arabanimsum camp. God damn it. Well, while we're there, we might as well become Arabanimsum Nerevar and get another point of reputation.
Welcome, Moon and Star. I have prepared a place for you.
Oh, thank you, Cookie Caps.
What?
Who's in... Ethel and Idroso. So now I wonder if I commit a crime and I present the writ for a different person I kill, will that absolve me of that crime too? Because I could have sworn I've had that happen before. They're in the plaza, they're at the top. Because the last stream, we killed the person, then stole something. And the writ didn't cover that. But if we... No, we stole something, then killed the person? I can't remember what we did.
Oh, come on, leave me alone.
There's Idroso, and there's Ethel.
You Enwa!
I went one further. Leave.
Wow, I got no bounty for that either. So if I try to sleep in their bed, let's see. Nope, no bounty. Okay.
Guards! A thief!
Really? They don't... Ugh. They have no alarm value. Alright, let's see something.
Hey, Fetcher!
You have no legitimate writs. Oh, okay. Alright, so that doesn't work. I've had all crimes forgiven for submitting a writ. Yeah, I thought that happened to me before too, but it seems to not be working. I don't know why. Very strange.
Go ahead, Outlander. What do you need?
Get a lot of gold from these guys too. Special duties? Come back when you have more experience. Advancement? Okay. To the Rabanimsum. Perhaps it was fixed by some patch mod? Maybe? But I think... I remember that happening even with the mods that I have. There was a period of time where I thought I had the patch for Purist installed, but then I didn't. And then I did install it, but I think I did the Morag Tongue after I installed it correctly. I don't know. Maybe that is the mod that does it. I mean, it makes more sense. It does seem a little strange that any writ would absolve you of crime. Yeah, I did try it before, but I thought I did it in a different order. I'm a frogmer. Oh yeah, very hoppy. A slowed. Oh, that actually reminds me. Hold on. Morrowind. Yeah. I was looking at some concept art from Morrowind. That guy looks like he's playing a guitar. No, it's not a guy. First of all, the Bosmer look interesting in the concept art. The males have lost their glamour powers, so they look gross and ugly, but the females don't because they have glamour. That's making them look nice. So that explains why they would look different, and I like that explanation. But that's not specifically what I wanted to show. There was a different piece of concept art. Well, first, actually, here's a different one. This isn't what I wanted to show, but this is interesting as well. That's a Telvanni wizard. I don't know what it is, but that's a Telvanni wizard. Where is it? This is gonna be like a little quiz for all y'all. Where's the picture? Ah. Oh, well, here's two, actually. So that's an Argonian, Argonian shaman, or healer. It's very Argonian looking. It's very, very reasonable, right? And now here, hold on, let me try to pull this onto there's a label on it, but I want you all, hold on. I don't want the word to pop up at the bottom. What do you think that's supposed to be? If you already know, don't say. This is a Breton. This is a Breton mage. It's got a hoof. It's at the top of the... Oh, damn it. Ignore that. This was a concept art for a Breton. I don't even know... And then they became French. It's weird. If I remember correctly, in the Elder Scrolls Online, some of the Breton main quest stuff in one of, I think in High Rock or something, you interact with weirds. They're like nature wizards or something. Maybe that's what they were supposed to be. But then they changed a bit.
I don't know. You look like trouble to me.
Implication is he transformed himself to have hooves because he's a mage. I assume so. Or maybe something backfired because only one changed.
How wonderful.
Just based on the concept art for this game, it's a shame that the technical stuff wasn't like this. The hardware wasn't there. They just didn't have it. Maybe he broke his leg. Maybe he broke his leg and then he took his horse's leg and just fused it onto his body.
I'm waiting.
Are centaurs a thing in Tesslore? I don't know. Serene Sadis. They're in Daggerfall. Ah. Oh yeah, you can speak. You can. That's one of the skills. Centaurian.
What do you want?
Because the language skills in Daggerfall are so useful.
I'm waiting. My time.
Morehouse.
Speak, traveler.
I thought Morehouse was just a bull.
Speak quickly, Outlander, or go away.
Quickly, Outlander.
Speak, traveler.
They all have. Hey, it's Kamu. They all have one name. Where's the guy with two?
My time is precious, so make it quick. Is precious, so make it quick.
You know, council. Peace loving. Yeah.
I will.
My time is precious, so make it quick. Speak quickly, Outlander, or go away. Make it quick,
Oh, the camp and then head northwest. Oh, so he's not in the camp. Oh, okay. No sneeze. Yeah.
You will suffer greatly. There is no
No. I said I wasn't going to do this. I'm not going to do it. They can deal with their own problems. We gotta go to some steam pit. We gotta go to Zane Terrari. Some cave. Zane Terrari. Am I doing a reputation run or regular? Reputation. Trying that out. I was thinking, oh, we're already in the Rabbanimsum camp. Might as well get that one reputation point. But no. The point of this was to not become Nerevarine. Jeez. He was ready. That's not even the guy. It's a different guy.
Die, Badger.
Are you the guy?
There is no escape. Your wounds.
Nope, you're not the guy. Where's the guy?
Your wounds.
You're the guy. You gotta be the guy. One of you's gotta be the guy. Oh my god, where's the guy? That's the guy. Eh. We are now a thrall. Any special duties? The Dark Brotherhood is operating in Morrowind. I want you to contact the Dark Brotherhood. Okay. Any more writs as well? One for Gurl Rethrin, who is in Redoran, and Galassa Uvain, who is in Hlalu.
Yes, Outlander. How do you do?
Oh, Sith guitarist. I do like that I just got a contract. One was kill this Hlalu guy for Redoran, and this other one was kill this Redoran guy for someone else. Oh. So we actually need to visit each canton. Each of the house cantons, Telvanni, Redoran, and Hlalu. This is the arena. I think this is... Ow. This is Telvanni. So we'll talk to me and Gay. About the Dark Brotherhood contact. Oh, wait. Oh no, me and Gay is in... He's not in Telvanni. I was thinking he was in Telvanni. There's a different enchanter in Telvanni that I always meet with. The arena again. You know what I'd like to see? Instead of a big sandbox Elder Scrolls game, I'd like to see them try to do something like Redguard again, where it's like a very, like a tighter story, smaller scope, but still in the same universe. I've never played Redguard, but I like the idea of it being a self-contained story that really just exists as like a, I don't want to say a lore dump, but as a lore. I think that could be neat. Okay, so this guy is the Red Rain Canton. This guy's in the Hlalu Canton. The Treasury. Flowers of Gold Corner Club. All right, where's the Flowers of Gold Corner Club? It is not up here.
I'm late for an appointment.
More drawn to the big worlds. They're both cool, but like the way I see it, I'm not saying
If you'll excuse me, I
you know
don't have
Test 6 should be small. I'm saying is it would be cool if in between their big games they made smaller scope games that are more like where you play as a character, not as a nameless protagonist, sort of a thing. I think that could be fun. Kind of like what From Software did with Sekiro. You know, it's not this big sprawling world. It's still a fun game, though.
I'm late for an appointment. Hopefully somewhere away from you. Leave me. You in. You great.
My crime has been reported. But I have a writ. Right, was that one of the... Yeah. Just making sure I killed the right guy. Wouldn't that be awkward? Does a re-release of Skyrim count as a smaller scope game? We re-released Skyrim, but only the Reach. Have any of you guys played Starfield? Is it as bad as everyone says? Oh, here we go. If it didn't have as much hype around it, I don't think people would think it's as bad. If it were made by a different company, I think people would say it's still a good game. It's the context it was released in that made it a problem. The expectations were too high. Didn't it just get an update? I don't know. It's been getting updates for things, but I don't know what they've been updating. I mean, I'll be interested. I'll definitely try out. I'm interested in seeing whatever DLC they have planned. I wonder what that's gonna do. But until then,
Find someone else to bother. There's no time for talk now. Go.
yeah, it's not. I wouldn't say it's a bad game. It's just not as good as it seemed like it was going to be.
I'm sure there's someone else you can bother. This is the end of you, Swit!
But I feel like I got my money's worth.
No escape.
It's a shame that it wasn't, like Skyrim levels of worth. But I still feel like it was a purchase I don't regret.
I am never too busy for a good talk.
They added a buggy for planet exploration last night. Oh. There's not much to explore, though. That's a problem. Advancement. We are now a white thrall. One more advancement, and we'll have 50 reputation. What games do I regret purchasing? That's tough because I typically don't buy games that I'm not. I don't know. If I'm really excited for a game, I'm probably gonna like it. Like if I buy it like day one, I'll probably like it. If I'm not really excited for a game, I'll probably wait a bit.
Welcome,
and then
Star.
I'll see reviews and be
I
like,
have prepared a place for you.
Thank you, Sith Guitarist. I think one game... Lords of the Fallen. When they released the first... So they released Lords of the Fallen, then years later they came up with Lords of the Fallen. It's a different game, but it's got the same name because they're friggin' idiots. That game was very disappointing. But I got it on sale. It was like $5. like way after it was released. But the first one, it was just, I don't know. The whole game felt slow. It felt like even daggers were like 10-pound weapons. Just what do you like? Go. Like, it was very slow. It wasn't even slow paced. It was just slow. Dark Souls 1 is slow paced. Lords of the Fallen was just slow. It was like really slow. I did not like it. Maybe it gets better later on, but I couldn't play beyond the first hour because I was too. It was pissing me off. I'm very much of the opinion of if the game's not, if whatever you're like, if the book, the movie, whatever isn't good within the first like 10% of it, why am I gonna stick it out for the next 10%? Like, I don't care. If the first hour is a bunch of exposition, I don't care about this world. I might not even like this game. Why should I care about this world at all? Let me play the game first, and then if I'm interested, then I'll get into it. Stop with this world dumping. Or it was world building. I don't care. The info dumping, I don't care. I'm not invested yet. How do I know I could trust you? What if I gave you money? My contact is Sarazami Akajit.
Welcome, friend. We extend you our warm.
Hello, Faust Lament. Problem with some games is they really do get good after dozens of hours. I mean, I bet, but I don't want to spend that long to get into it. I feel like Starfield has the opposite problem. It starts out really good. It's really good for the first few dozen hours. Then it's like, oh, is this all there is? But I'd rather have that than the opposite. I don't want to have to play a game for dozens of hours before it actually becomes fun. I'd rather a game get boring after several dozen hours. Because at least then it's like, oh, I had fun. Starfield has a lack of alien romances. Yeah, and any aliens you try to romance that might be unethical. Couldn't play for more than 15 minutes, boring from the start. Well, I didn't think so, but yeah, we're all entitled to our opinions. Unethical? Well, yeah, the aliens in Starfield are animals. Like, just regular old animals. You can have my fist. Oh no, I don't want to give him all the gold, all the sanguine stuff. Oh. We are now the Thinker, which means 50 reputation. I think that means we can go talk to Vivek. Or if we talk to... I've never done this before. How do we initiate this? Do we talk to an Ordinator? No. Bethesda is all about freedom, and the first quest in Starfield is forcing you to do stuff. I mean, the first quest in Skyrim is the same. You gotta get out of Helgen. The first quest in Oblivion is the same. You gotta get out of the prison.
Do you want...
Did I go from Thrall to Thinker? No, I think there was White Thrall in between. Yeah, I don't mind people who like the world building stuff and all the info dumping, but I don't think that should be how you introduce the game. Especially if I've never played the game before. I don't even know if I'm going to like actually playing it. Why am I going to get invested in the story and the lore if the game is just like cookie clicker or something? Like, let me Let me play the game first. Oh, we're gonna do 2 hours of info dumping so they can't refund the game. I was like, okay, that's stupid. Morrowind 50 rep path. Shortcut in the main quest. If your level is 21 or higher, 50 reputation, you don't have to do the 4th, 5th trials. Even the Bonnie Mesa, the Dissonant Priest, or the Great House Counselors will tell you to see the Archcanon, though you're Sariani. This will save a lot of hiking. Okay, so we need to talk to one of the Great House Counselors. Everyone's trying to recreate the beginning of Episode 4 of Star Wars, one of the best info dumps, including the new Star Wars. And I would argue that nothing should do that anymore. That worked 50 years ago. A lot's changed in 50 years. If I wanted to read a book, I wouldn't go see a movie. You could remove that thing from from Star Wars and it wouldn't change the story. If you need that for the story to make sense, then you're doing a bad job telling the story. Who's the easiest person for us to go to? If I wanted to read a book, I'd watch Dune. I think the traversal of mediums, if the media, if that makes sense, like a lot of people, a lot of aspiring writers, a lot of people who are trying to become authors, aspiring authors rather. Anybody can be a writer. Not everyone can be an author because author requires publishing. Basically, you get what I mean. That's not my point. They have a lot of experience consuming movies, so then they almost write as if their book is a movie, which doesn't always work because they're different mediums. Likewise, if you write a movie like it's a book, it's not going to work out too well because they're just different mediums, which is why you shouldn't have giant info dumps at the beginning of your movies.
Why do you Outlanders think you can bother anyone you...
I mean, it could work, but you'd have to... Basically, to be able to break the rules, you need to understand them really well. So if you're not really good at movie making, you probably shouldn't do that. Unless you really know what you're doing. What enemy is nearby?
Leave me.
And I think that's my biggest problem with a lot of anime. Because, so they're adapting it from a manga.
I can already tell I'm not going to like this.
But they're different mediums.
Oh, please, by all means.
So it can't just be one for one. But so often, the anime is made that's just like the manga, but animated. And it doesn't work. Because friggin' nobody has giant exposition info dumps in their own head in the middle of a fight. People don't do that. Especially when it's something that obviously that just happened. We all saw what just happened. You don't need to narrate what just happened to us. We're not stupid. Like, we saw it. The best example I could think of, and this would probably have spoilers for Attack on Titan, so I'll try to... have you not filled something wrong? Archcanon told Shiani, the High Priest, has asked for you. Okay, cool.
I can spare a few moments, if you care to talk.
I think in like the 3rd or 4th season of Attack on Titan, there was a fight. I'm gonna try to be as vague as possible, but detailed enough so people know what I'm talking about. There was a fight, and Aaron pretended to be in a location, but it wasn't actually him, it was a rock, basically. And it was obvious. That's a rock. It tricked the guy who saw it. He thought that was him, but it wasn't. You could see that. And then it spent like 20 seconds of the guy who was tricked explaining that's what happened. Freaking... Why? I saw it. Even in a manga, I don't know why we'd have to do that, but maybe there's a reason, because things aren't as obvious in still images. But it's just... What the hell? So we gotta make it... We gotta fill 30 minutes, so...
Get out of here.
I don't know. Maybe I'm too nitpicky. Or maybe it's a cultural thing. Maybe there's just a different way of storytelling in Japan as opposed to in the West. But it drives me nuts. They just have that realization, but it's narrated for us to understand. Yeah. I think you can have that realization by them seeing it and going, and just being surprised or something. Or just like one thing, like a little, like it doesn't have to be a whole explanation. Yes, I will meet with Vivek. You hear the thoughts of a person where it's actually just an insight. Yeah, but I mean, we can see what happened. They see what happened. It's like, we don't need to be told that they realized what happened. Like, it's kind of obvious that they realized what happened because they realized what happened because you could see them doing it. I don't know. Maybe I'm just too critical. I try not to be. I try to enjoy stuff. But sometimes it's just too much damn exposition, especially when they say it out loud. Like it's not an internal monologue. I remember when I was watching the first, the first 1 or 2 seasons of JoJo's. Ario Speedwagon was narrating everything, and at first I was like, "This is friggin' stupid." Like he's literally saying what just happened. But then it started to get really absurd. So I was like, "Oh, this is obviously a joke." So then I was like, "Okay, that's funny." But then in later seasons, the characters just do that on their own, out loud, and it's just, it's not funny anymore. It's just exposition describing what just happened. So, like, stop. Just do the thing. I still hate Speedwagon's exposition, even as a joke. Yeah, it still is a little. It's a little fraught, a little overwrought. Phantom Blood sucks anyway. I liked the first seasons. But they could have removed Ario Speedwagon doing that, and nothing would have changed.
Where would you like to go?
Is his name Ario Speedwagon, or is it just Ari Speedwagon? It was. I know it's a reference to a the band. Everything was a reference to bands. I liked the Pillarmen. I thought they were neat. I feel like the power scaling in early JoJo's was I preferred it. Started to get a little silly after a while. I think I just liked Hamon. I thought that was just an interesting take on magic, basically. They were talking about the band. No, there's a character in the first 2 seasons of JoJo's named Robert E.O. Speedwagon. I think stands are neat, but I don't know. They feel a little detached from the characters themselves. I mean, the benefit of the stands is that merchandising, and they allow the author to be more, I don't know, artistic and creative, instead of it just being, oh, the guy is breathing really hard, and that makes magic happen, or however Hamon is supposed to work. I don't know, there was something very... I liked how simple it was. I like the simplicity of Hamon. And it was less about the abilities that a person had, and it was more about like how good they were at controlling it. Like anyone could do anything anyone else could do if they had the skill, as opposed to stands where it's just, if your stand can do this, it can do it, and if it can't, it can't. Well, mine can freeze time, and mine can, I don't know, turn letters into actions. Whatever Koichi's was. And that's it. Like that, there's no that's the power. It's more like tonal architecture. Actually, Hamon is kind of like tonal architecture when you think about it. Oh wait, no, this is end of song. I have to be here. Did we already? Did we go to Odrasol already? Or did we go to Endosol? But I haven't watched Stone Ocean. I watched like the first... Come on, jump, stupid. Like, I'm not jumping. Damn it. I watched the first few episodes, but then they started doing that exposition thing. I was like, ugh, I don't want to sit through this. I miss Dio. Sleeper awakes.
Sleeper awakes.
Yeah, no, go back to sleep. I still haven't finished. Did they finish Attack on Titan yet? Is that done? Because I feel like they released the season finale like 5 times, and it was always like not the end yet. And then a year would go by, and then they release the next season finale. It was weird. Is the show done? Because I haven't finished it yet. keening. I'm over encumbered. Damn it. Where'd my strength go? Oh, right, the Fist of Randagal. Let's put that back on. They're releasing a movie in November and then that's it. Oh my god, they're always... Is that going to be it? Or is there going to be something else? I feel like they've ended it. Like, I'm not even kidding. I swear they've ended it multiple times already. But it's always like they've said, okay, the season finale is coming, and then they release whatever it is, and it's not the finale. Like, I'm just waiting for it to be done, and then I'll finish it because I'm sick of waiting. I'm sick of cliffhangers. Just finish the friggin' thing. Why are we stumbling through the ash lane instead of Vivek declaring us Nerevar? Oh, we already did that. We got Wraithguard. I do kind of miss the earlier season, like season 1 and 2 of Attack on Titan, because I don't know, there was the mystery that made it more interesting. When a bunch of stuff was revealed, it was like, oh, so it's like weird esoteric magic from the before times. Like, that's not as interesting as just the world is a nightmare. Just, where do the Titans come from? I don't know. It was more interesting when we didn't know. What enemy? There is no enemy. Where are the enemies? I do not see any enemies. What are you talking about? I think that's the risk you run with a lot of... Oh, there he is. Wait. No? I think that's a risk you run with a lot of series. Everybody wants the answers to certain questions. But then as things get answered, people realize, oh, the appeal was the mystery itself, not answers to the mystery. For me, at least. I think that's common enough for me to make a blanket statement like that. Can't give everything away. Yeah. Which is what info dumps do. That's another reason why info dumps are bad. They reveal too much. Ah, here we go. It was you. It was not you. I need a horse. I need a Skyrim horse. Or a mountain goat. Although, is there really any difference? Oh, what am I doing? I have a... Oh, I can fly. I don't know why that was funny. Greetings! Just hopping around the corner. Veminol is somewhere over here. There it is. Right? Is that it? I think that's it. So nice not having to worry about fall damage. Here, the Hunter magic system is very good. Never seen Hunter. It's got that... I seem to complain a lot. So welcome to YouTube, welcome to Twitch. I tried watching Hunter, but I think it's got the same problem that a lot of... It's a shonen anime, right? That a lot of shonen anime have. It's that the protagonist is obnoxious, and I hate them. Because they're kids. Like, maybe they get better, but the first episode is just, oh my god. So, I'm gonna be the best there ever was. And then, but they're not, and they suck. What about Hamtaro? All I remember about Hamtaro was the theme song, because it would always be on at like 5:30 in the morning before school. It's Hamtaro time. Chugga chugga woo! It was that. That's all I remember.
The sleeper awakes.
I like One Punch Man. I think that one, ironic. I think that one's probably my favorite recent. Actually, it's probably just my favorite anime. Oops, Skeleton Man. There's just something about it that, like, you don't have to worry about power scaling, because it immediately starts off with a power scaling being absurd and making no sense. Where the hell am I going? How do I get out of here? I usually teleport out. But I didn't have a scroll of mark. There it is. What's that Dramora's story? So when he was a kid in Dramora Land, he wanted to defend a random Dwemer facility. And he did it. He accomplished his dream. And I'm not going to take that from him. Daedra teaming up with Dagoth. Well, I assume they could just summon them freely. The world needs more hamster-focused media. I mean, I wouldn't object to it. I think they're cute. What's the difference between a hamster and a gerbil? Are they completely different species, or are they just like... Are those marketing terms? Because they're both rodents, right? Is a guinea pig just a fat hamster? We need more G-force? Oh god, maybe we don't need more hamster-focused media. Guinea pigs are way bigger than hamsters. It's a shame about their name. It's like they were begging to be used in experiments. Gerbils have long tails. Hamsters just have tiny ones. Gerbils have tails? I had no idea gerbils had tails. I've never had a gerbil. So.
Come, Nerevar, friend or traitor, come.
Oh, they sound cuter.
And look upon the heart and the Kulakan. And bring Wraithguard. I have needed.
I assume they had like tiny rabbit tails, like little itty bitty tails.
Come to me through fire and war. I welcome you.
I want a rabbit. Like rabbits. I'm not even bothering fighting these guys.
Is this how you honor the sixth house and the tribe unmourned?
It is.
Come to me open. Welcome, Moon and Star, to this place.
How would Cat feel about a rabbit? Well, I'm not going to get a rabbit because of him. He probably wouldn't be too happy about it. But I've heard that cats and rabbits get along rather well. I have a rabbit that could be kind of mean. Well, so can cats.
What a fool you are. I'm a god. How can you kill a god? What a grand and intoxicating innocence. How could you be so naive? There is no escape. You do it. You don't fool! Stop! This is the end. Come, lay down your weapons. Bitter it is not too late for my mercy. What a fool you are. I'm a god. How can you kill a god? What a grand and intoxicating
But yeah,
innocence.
apparently,
How
I
can you
think
be so naive?
cats...
This is the all intervention can work at this place.
Um,
Come, lay down your weapons. It is not too late for my mercy.
So cats sort of express dominance by cleaning others, like by grooming, whereas rabbits, the dominant rabbit gets groomed, so they both think they're the dominant animal in the house. So it works out. But that's what I've heard. Yeah, Dagothar is a very iconic villain. I hope Test 6 has a person as the villain. Instead of just some random dragon. Until the cat eats the rabbit. Yeah, I don't know if cats are really... I don't know if cats prey on rabbits much. I think it's mostly dogs. I think dogs and rabbits don't do well. Because it stresses the rabbits out. Because dogs are natural predators of rabbits.
You no longer
We did
bear
it.
the burden of prophecy. You have achieved your destiny. You are free. The Doom Duima's folly, Lord Dagoth's temptation, the Tribunal's seduction, the God's heart freed, the prophecy fulfilled.
The god's heart freed, not destroyed.
And
Freed.
sins redeemed. If you have pity, mourn the lost, but let the weeping cease. The blight is gone, and the sun's golden honey gilds the land. Hail, Savior, Hortator, and Nerevarine. Your people look to you for protection. Monster and villains, great and small, still threaten the people of Vvardenfell. Enemies and evils abound, yet indomitable will might rid Morrowind of all its ills. For you, our thanks and blessing, our gift and token given. Come, take this thing from the hand of God.
Oh wait, hold on. Nah, it doesn't work. I like how she calls us a Hortator and Nerevarine. So what is that? My family's outside cats have preyed on wild rabbits. They'll definitely go for a rabbit if they can catch it. Well, yeah, you're probably right about that. But I don't know. I've just heard that rabbits and cats can get along rather well. But my cat's like he's like 15, so he's probably not interested in meeting other animals. Excuse me. All right, that was everything starting at level 0. How was it with luck being at level 1? Luck's not really that important. It affects everything, but it affects everything by 1/10 of your luck. So if you only have 40 luck, it only adds an extra like 4%. It's not really significant. What's more important is your skill level and your fatigue. I love how you jump in Morrowind, how you just kind of do this as you go up in that. Very weird. You just kind of wobble. The average man can become everything, even a god, kinda. Yep. All it takes is a bit of commitment and just some know-how. And, you know, a good reason to do it, because content. If I weren't streaming this, I wouldn't have done it. But content, so. Anything is possible with a little bit of elbow grease, motivation, and profit margin. I think we'll end the stream here today. We'll end it now. A little earlier than usual, but, you know, I think this is a good place to stop it. Don't know what we'll do next time. I don't know. I did see a mod for Subnautica that makes it harder. And I think that could be fun. Whoops. But I don't know. We'll see. It's a very different game, but it could be fun. And it could be fun for people who are scared of Subnautica and they don't want to actually do it. But they want to watch somebody play it. But yeah, I love Subnautica. It's such a great game. Alright, so hopefully there should be a video out tomorrow. It's taking a little bit of extra time because there's a sponsor segment in it, and they're dragging their feet on approving that. So, keep an eye out. And yeah, we'll see you all next time. Take care.